back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Derek. I'm a front-end engineer based here in Los Angeles, and today I'm continuing my video series called Method Mondays, where I go over every single array method there is in JavaScript. And next up on our list for today, we're taking a look at sum. So let's just hop right into our editor and get right into it. Okay, so the sum array method tests whether at least one element in an array passes a given condition and returns a Boolean. So true or false. Sum stops checking once a true condition is found, and it returns true if at least one element meets the condition, otherwise it's false. And the sum method does not mutate the original array, so something to keep in mind. So first up, let's use sum to check numbers in an array. Let's say we have const numbers here, just an array of numbers. And we'll store this all in a variable. We'll just call it hasEven, which is going to be assigned to our numbers array, but we're gonna hit numbers with our sum method. Sum comes with a baked in callback function, so let's just build that out. And we're working with numbers here, so plural, so we'll just call this num. So take our numbers array, we're gonna hit it with sum, and for each num, do something. So let's just take num, and we're gonna use a mathematical operator here called the modulo, which is similar to division, but all this does is it's going to take num and divide it by something, whatever we give it, and then it just returns us the remainder. So that's all this does, it just gives us the remainder. So we'll take num modulo by 2. If that equals 0, then just return this statement. So if whatever num is divided by 2, if its remainder is 0, then that will obviously result as true, because then that will show that we have a even number in our array. So let's log hasEven to the console, and we get true because we've got 12 and 18 in here. Those are even numbers. If divided by 2, they're going to be left over with a remainder of 0. So sum will evaluate to true, because remember, if at least one element meets the condition, it's going to be true. Otherwise it's false. So that's working with numbers. Next, let's check some strings in an array. Let's say we have const fruits here. It's just an array of strings of fruits. We'll give ourselves another variable here. We'll just call it hasBanana, which is going to equal fruits, but we're gonna hit fruits with our sum array method, build out our function here, and in our fruits array for each, I'm just gonna call it fruit, do something. And if fruit equals banana, simply just return that. Let's log hasBanana to the console, and we get true because the string banana does exist in our array. And since all this function is doing is simply returning something, I'm actually going to use the concise body syntax here. So we can drop the return keyword, we can drop our curly braces, and because we only have a single parameter, we can actually drop our parentheses here as well. Get that nice, clean, and concise and shorthanded all to one line. And we still get the same result. And since our first example is similar, I'm going to do that as well. So just drop the return keyword, drop the curly braces, and drop our parentheses. And yep, we get the same result. So that's better, it's a lot cleaner. And for our final example, let's just check objects in an array with sum. Let's say we have const users here. It's just an array of objects of users, each one with the 2 key value pairs, one called name, which is a string, and the other called active, which has a Boolean. So let's use sum on users, and let's say we want to check for if users has an active user. So we'll just name this variable hasActiveUser, and that will equal users, hit with our sum method, and we'll use the concise body syntax here for our function. Keep everything clean on one line. So just take our users array, and for each user, simply return the value of users.active key. Let's log this and see what we get. And we get true because at least one item in this array meets the condition. Now, if this of course were false and everything in the array were false, it's going to return false because at least one element does not meet that condition. So that's going to do it for sum. Devs, if you found this helpful, definitely like this video. I will link the code down in the description, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.